This is the Benjamin Button of the car world. For every year that goes by, the Mazda 3 seems to look more youthful. But there's got to be more reasons than just its slick design to choose this car, right? Let's find out. Back in 2012 and 2013, the Mazda 3 was the top-selling car in Australia. How times and tastes have changed. It's all about utes and SUVs now, and small cars like this are no longer bargain basement runabouts. Indeed, this almost entry-level Mazda 3 G20 costs more than $30,000 once on-road costs are added. But you do get plenty of bang for your buck with an upmarket cabin fit-out and a distinctive exterior design to match. The stylists at Mazda deserve heaps of kudos because this design is aging very gracefully. And I really love the way the metalwork kind of flows around the body and it looks more premium European than mainstream Japanese. Zoom in and you'll notice 18-inch alloy wheels, body-coloured door handles, a rear spoiler and classy LED lights front and rear. But for all that attention to detail, I still love the uncomplicated and elegant overall design the most. While it looks pretty swanky on the outside, there is a distinct lack of excitement under here. No turbochargers, no hybrid tech, just a middle-aged, naturally aspirated petrol engine that is neither the most powerful nor the most efficient in its class. It hooks up with a conventional 6-speed automatic transmission that drives the front wheels. But one thing I'm really missing are proximity door locks, which means you've got to take the key fob out of your pocket or bag every time you want to unlock or lock the car, and that can get a bit frustrating. Inside, first impressions are positive. Besides these cloth seats, everything has a really premium look and feel. And the overall design, it's elegant and it's clean and it feels more Mercedes than Mazda. I really like what they've done here. Overall fit and finish is very, very good, and there's a blend of soft touch plastic and stitched leather on all the major touch points. A few glossy piano black surfaces actually work well here and there, and all the buttons and dials have high quality tactility and a solid feel. Smaller features like one-touch express opening and closing windows and a gorgeous dual zone climate control system add to the cabin's premium feel. The cloth seat upholstery is a little scratchy, but other than that, it's smooth sailing. The cushioning is nice and soft, the contouring is really good, and overall comfort levels are impressive. I also like the fact the driver's seat has a lot of manual seat adjustment. Storage solutions include twin spring-loaded cup holders, incidental stowage back here, and a reasonably sized central bin. It comes with a 12-volt socket and twin USB-A ports, but the car is showing its age with no USB-C ports. The door pockets are very large and well segmented, but overall I found myself looking for more places to throw my ever-expanding personal junk. There's pros and cons to the infotainment system, and I'll start with the stuff that sucks. The beautifully integrated 8.8-inch screen is not a touchscreen, very annoying. And while you do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, there is no wireless version. You've always got to have it plugged in, and there's no wireless phone charger either. Okay, so Apple CarPlay was not designed to be interfaced with a rotary dial, which is annoying. But the screen looks fantastic thanks to high-res graphics, and while the menu system is basic, it's much easier to navigate with the rotary dial than CarPlay. Native sat-nav is also a nice touch and works well, but does look a little bit dated. You get a lot of tech fitted as standard in this almost poverty pack Mazda 3, which is very good given it's no spring chicken, with highlights including an excellent colour head-up display projected onto the windscreen. Below that, the driver's display is a nice mix of digital and analog, and that central 7-inch digital display delivers some nice eye candy and reasonable customizability and driving data. The steering wheel controls used to manipulate the driver's display, the audio system, and adaptive cruise control and so on look and feel amazing. They're beautifully damped and beg to be toggled. The reversing camera is so-so. We've seen better clarity and we've seen worse in new cars today. And you also get reversing sensors. Mazda has equipped its small car with all the fundamental safety features expected by customers today, including 7 airbags covering both seat rows, a real-time traffic sign recognition system, and one of the best blind spot monitors you'll find this side of live streamed camera footage. Backseat room is best described as cozy. You know, a little squeezy, but not impossible to live with. Headroom is a bit tight for my 6-foot frame, and legroom is not bad, although my shins are bumping up against the bottom of the seat. But comfort is nice. These seats are nicely contoured, the cushions are nice and cushy. It's not too bad. Amenity is below average though, with no USB ports or reading lights, but you do get a fold-out armrest, cup holders, and air vents, along with the usual ISOFIX child seat anchorages. The boot actually looks bigger than what's on the datasheet, and that's partly because of the low boot floor below this ledge. And look, this is going to swallow all the grocery shopping you can throw at it, but getting a pram in there, packing for a camping trip, that's going to be a bit of a squeeze. There's not a lot of extra features back here, with no bag hooks, no 12-volt socket, just a small light, a space saver spare under here, and a cargo blind up there. 60/40 split fold seating creates a bit more flexibility though. The Mazda's cabin is not massive, but it is beautifully finished and one of the most sophisticated in its class. Can the same be said for the way it moves? Cue the driving music. The Mazda 3 is not the fastest nor the quietest small car on the road today, but there is a sense of confidence and even sophistication about the way it drives. Smaller touches like the soft pulsing of the indicators give it an upmarket feel when cruising around the burbs, and the suspension tune is spot on, blending smooth ride comfort and bump absorption with impressive body control. Mazda doesn't use the zoom catch cry anymore, but the vehicle's eager cornering attitude and precise steering make it an engaging and fun to drive vehicle in pretty much all speed zones, fast, slow, you name it. Just don't get too excited about the engine. The petrol donk is pretty zippy off the line, but compared to a modern VW Golf turbo engine, it runs out of steam pretty early and feels a bit flaccid. That said, the 6-speed gearbox is super smooth, and the paddle shifters and sports mode bring a little bit more spark to proceedings. Refinement levels are generally pretty good, so long as you don't rev the bejesus out of that engine. And broadly speaking, the experience from behind the wheel is classy and urbane. There are several engine options for the Mazda 3 range, including a more expensive mild hybrid, which may not be a bad choice considering we used a lot more fuel than the official claim of 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres. Visibility is fine out the front, but if you're used to an SUV, be prepared for the lowrider effect. And the view out the rear though, not good. It is appalling in fact, and that's because of the excessively chunky rear pillars. But hey, looks pretty cool from the outside, right? This is a very drivable and surprisingly rewarding vehicle to punt around in almost every scenario. And while the engine is starting to feel a bit old, I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. The Mazda 3 is backed by a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty in Australia, which is fairly standard these days, and running costs wouldn't be too bad if petrol prices weren't so high. Each annual service will cost around $350 a pop, making this neither the cheapest nor the most expensive car in its class to maintain. And 5 years free roadside assist that isn't linked to servicing is a nice little bonus. Like the eye-catching exterior design, the Mazda 3 delivers a well-rounded experience. It's not really class-leading in any single respect, but performs admirably across almost all metrics. And it comes as no surprise we named it our best small car last year. If Benjamin Button had to choose a modern Japanese runabout, this would surely be it. But beyond the age-defying exterior design, there are plenty of reasons to take one for a test drive. Chief among them, that beautifully crafted cabin and very well-sorted chassis. Thanks for watching, hope you liked the vid and you gleaned some useful information out of it. And don't forget to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe for all the latest content we are putting out there.